Hello, and welcome to our introductory video on inbound marketing. I met with Jitu Martani, who runs the International Partner Network for the world's leading inbound marketing software company, HubSpot, based out of Boston in Massachusetts. And I asked him a few questions about the concept of inbound marketing, and particularly how it affects us B2B marketers in Australia. Firstly, I asked Jitu to outline the difference between inbound and outbound marketing, and this is what he told me.
So when you think about outbound marketing is really interruption-based marketing, in which salespeople are trying to cold call leads, marketing messages are interrupting prospects and the audience out there, and you're really interrupting their day-to-day activity without really understanding what their needs are. So outbound marketing is where you're actually coming in the way of your audience out there, even though they haven't expressed a need or interest in your product or services. Inbound marketing is when you're actually attracting your prospects, your leads, and the interested audience to your website or to your online channels when they're actually looking for solving a problem or a pain that your product or service meets.
I then asked Jitu if he could tell us what are the key components of a successful inbound marketing strategy.
So think of inbound marketing as a way to create great content on your website, on your blog, on social media websites to actually attract them to your website. And once you get them to your website, you create additional great content, which is what we call landing pages and offers, to get them to take the next step and convert into a lead. And now you start building a relationship with them through content, and eventually they actually warm up to become what we call a sales qualified lead. And when they're a sales qualified lead, your team can actually follow up with them and actually have a discussion that is a whole lot more relevant, and one which actually has you being the trusted advisor versus the salesperson out there who's basically interrupting their day-to-day activity.
I also asked Jitu what he thought the effect of the shift from outbound to inbound marketing has on B2B marketers and their activities.
Now in terms of B2B marketers, it solves many problems because most B2B marketers have a very good concept of a lead. They know exactly what a great lead looks like to them, but they don't really know how to get them over into their marketing and sales funnel. Using inbound marketing, they're able to create great content, so when their targeted lead is looking for solving a problem, your company, the B2B marketer's company's website or product will be right in front of them, and they're able to attract them to their website and convert them into a lead.
The take-up of inbound marketing in the USA has meant a seismic shift in the techniques and tactics and skill sets of B2B marketers. So I was really keen to find out when he thought this shift would reach critical mass across the rest of the globe.
I think it's a major shift that's happening in the international markets too, where B2B marketers are realizing that the old methods of attracting traffic and leads is just not working. So we see the movement happening pretty much on a daily basis outside the US. We feel like in the next 12 months to the next 2 years, the kind of momentum we've had in the US is going to actually be very much there in Australia, in Asia Pac, and also in Europe.
It's a truism of modern business that change is really a constant. So I was keen to find out from Jitu what he thought the next wave of development in inbound marketing would be, and here's what he told me.
But what's happening now is it's just not a matter of having a lead. You need to actually build that relationship with them. Now you can't really build a relationship with them unless you start really getting into their mind. You're almost like building this contextual relationship in which you're just not pushing a message through, say, an email campaign or a message on social media. Yes, you push the message, but then you're studying their behaviors on your website, studying their behaviors on, say, social media channels, including studying their behaviors on how they're interacting with your email campaigns. Now, using that interaction or that intelligence that you're able to build based on their interaction with your content. Again, whether it's on your site or off your site, you start building this more contextual relationship. So the next time they come back, you don't give them a follow-up piece of content that you may have pre-planned out, but now you think about, well, what is the information I have about this contact or this lead? And you actually push a much more relevant piece of message back to them. So the messaging is getting a whole lot more contextual, it's getting a whole lot more personalized. So yes, you attract traffic, you convert them into leads, but that lead is like your marketing database where you're studying their behaviors and building dynamic messages and being pushed back to them.
So there we have it. There's a real shift occurring that B2B marketers ignore at their peril. Traditional outbound marketing is interruption-based marketing, pushing your marketing messages down the throats of a largely uninterested audience, hoping that some of it sticks. Inbound marketing involves attracting interesting prospects with valuable, useful, engaging content that dimensions the problems they're experiencing and continues to build a relationship with them until they're ready to buy. B2B marketers must figure out how to respond dynamically and in a personalized and contextual manner. We must carefully study the behavior of our prospects and respond intelligently with our follow-up content, creating a much more personalized relationship with our leads. Building an inbound marketing lead engine means building buyer-based messaging, developing truly compelling content, getting found online by your buyers, converting and nurturing those visitors to leads, and then analyzing diligently what does and doesn't work. The result? An average of a 62% reduction in the cost per lead from inbound versus outbound marketing. We hope you found our short video useful. If you'd like to find out more about inbound marketing, please download our free white paper by clicking on the link below.